And now, marine weather around Alaska.
And for the marine forecast here for the southeast coast, on the south coast we've got east-southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. For the north coast, winds out of the east at mostly 10, maybe 15 knots with seas at 5 feet all along the coastline. Inside waters, variable winds staying light at 10 knots or less with slight seas. And then for Friday, north winds at 10 for the inside waters. East winds 15 knots for the south coast. North to northeast winds 10 to 15 knots for the north coast. Prince William Sound, variable wind at 10 knots tomorrow. East at 15 for the North Gulf Coast to the Barren Islands. Light variable winds for Kamishak Bay. South to southwest 15 to 20 knots for Cook Inlet. And then for Friday, west-northwest breeze at 10 knots for the inlet. Variable winds 10 knots. Kamishak Bay, Barren Islands, North Gulf Coast. Northwest at 10 for Prince William Sound. And for Kodiak Island, east and northeast winds 15 to 20 knots. Bristol Bay, Alaska Peninsula, variable at 10. And for the day Friday, Alaska Peninsula, winds stay light and variable. Northwest at 10 for Bristol Bay, Kodiak Island, variable to north winds at 10 to 20 knots. Eastern Aleutians, south-southwest winds 15 to 20 knots. And for Adak and Atka, winds will be southwest at 20 knots with seas running 4 to 5 feet. And for the western Aleutians, south to southwest winds at 25 knots with seas 7 to 10 feet. Then we got some gale warnings on Friday from Kiska to Shimia. South winds 35 knots, seas up to 15 feet. Small craft advisories for Amchitka Island, south at 30 knots. Adak and Atka, southwest at 20. And variable winds 10 to 15 knots for the eastern Aleutians. For the southwest coast, winds southwest at 15 knots. Variable at 10 there for the Pribilof Islands, southwest at 20 St. Matthew Island, southwest 20 for St. Lawrence Island. Small craft advisories there for Norton Sound for southwest winds at 25 knots with seas at 6 feet. And for Friday, Pribilof Island, south winds 15 knots, but good south winds at 30 knots with 11-foot seas for St. Matthew Island. And the southwest coast looking at southerlies at 20 knots, Norton Sound south at 15. Eastern Boulevard Sea Coast tomorrow, small craft advisories. Actually for the central and east coast, small craft advisories. Southwest winds up to 20 knots, or I should say 25 knots. Northwest at 20 for the western Arctic coast and the Chukchi Sea, west-northwest 20 knots with seas 4 to 5 feet. And then for Friday, lighter winds, east-southeast at 10 for the Chukchi Sea, west-southwest at 10 for the western Arctic coast, and for the central and eastern coast, west to northwest winds 10 to 15 knots.